It's the unknown, the unknown. It's time to go away into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming.
This love that you never started, you once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back. This love that you never started, you once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back. can grow so we found a way into the grace again. Let's not pretend our hearts have life again.
Show me all the places I've never known, and we'll chase the night, erase all of these broken dreams in flight, and we'll fly. Oh, we'll fly away, away, away. Yeah, we'll fly. And we'll fly. Up here, we're free, bound only by frozen memories, lost inside, racing all these broken dreams tonight, and we'll fly.
Hard to keep a straight face when I'm burning like fire, and you are cold as ice. I'm drawn in desire, and you have to think twice. It's hard to keep smiling when I try to set things straight. You don't even listen. I'm just getting late, like you're You make me weak. You're the one I seek. And I hate that I love you. I hate that I love you. If I could, and I would, carve out your heart. Carve out your heart. And I reincarnate it. And I reincarnate it. It's hard to keep smiling when you're closing every door. I'm trying to open. I tell you love you more, and you say it's broken. You make me weak. You're the one I seek. And I hate that I love you. I hate that I love you. If I could, and I would, carve out your heart. Carve out your heart. And I reincarnate it. And I reincarnate it. It's hard to keep smiling when you're closing every door. I'm trying to open. I tell you love you more, and you say it's broken. But it wouldn't mend mine.
You make me feel like home. You turn around, I feel the breeze over me. You watch your dreams unfold. Let it come around and let it breathe over me. It's time to go away into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me set me free. I'm calling for you.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Rainbow Six ESL Challenger League Europe Season 8, Playday 5. We're going to get into Team 3D Max versus Overtime. I'm your host, the caster, James Turner Parkinson. We're going to see the operator ban phase coming out here as Overtime ban out their first operator of Lion on our first and only map. Remember, this is a best of one series in Oregon. So, fairly standard ban coming out from Overtime. I would expect maybe a shield ban coming out from 3D Max, honestly, here. And yeah, there we go. It is going to be the Blitz ban. Overtime is a big fan of shield gameplay. And you can see Connor there. yeah, has recognized that he has got target banned out of that. But, I mean, they use shields very effectively, so it's kind of a fair ban. I mean, Max could be banning out potentially a mirror here. I mean, no, it's going to be a clash. I mean, that's also very fair because shield play, again, overtime are famous for it. But let's see what overtime going to ban for that final defender. Probably going to be an Echo, maybe a Vigil, something on the roam, maybe. But no, it's going to be the Echo. So, there are our bans for today. And let me just fill in the overlay there for you guys so you can see them at the top. Alrighty then. Let's get into round number 1 here. We're going to see a laundry room and supply room defense coming out from overtime to kick things off here. Obviously no shield coming out from them because Clash of course is banned. And Blitz is also... for a couple of reasons as well. Like, obviously it's a target banning against overtime that you don't want to play against shields when you go into them, but it's also really, really powerful on Oregon itself because you have this sort of west main clear for Blitz that's he's very, very good at doing, like just pushing up white stairs and things like that, and just eliminating roamers. But we are seeing this mute strategy used quite a lot on the spaceman defense now. And overtime are no strangers to it either, where basically the whole thing is you just open up all this classroom wall, you reinforce the hatch, and then you put mute jammers underneath. And because of the fact that now you need 4 Habana pellets to open up this hatch, you can actually mute it from below. So without Thatcher, you kind of don't have an entry here. But looking at the lineup coming out from Team 3D Max, I think they're just going to go for a construction rush. Because they don't have a hard breacher at all. See, the bunker isn't even reinforced. No, this is not reinforced at all, and no one is playing the electric hatch yet. The reel is up in Big Tower. Qualo could make good use of this already. He could be droning it out for himself, and no one is even playing down here. This is so... oh man, this is so bad because Qual could get right in here, but it's going to be Connor who gets the first kill of the round. He's going to eliminate one, but oh no! Qual moves all the way in. Daryl takes him down, and already a 2v5 situation developing here as Undead is all the way into the site. He takes down Connor, but instantly traded out by Daryl. Now all into the hands of Nebo in a 1v3. He's managed to take out 1 so far. But can he find 3 more? Nope, there's 1. Arth could be holding down to flag, takes him down easily as that in overtime. Take round number 1. Really nice angle call by Arth there, but I am really not sure on that strategy coming out to the Max. I think they would have just been better off just all rushing straight through bunker, through construction, straight into the site through electric, because no one was playing that hatch on electric, even though it was opened. I think they could have done really well to just get straight in there, but clearly didn't recognize that was an issue. They weren't really playing together, and yeah, no hard breacher. They just kind of rushed in there and died. But this time we'll see a hard breacher coming out from them. The Habana pick coming out as well. Kind of surprised I'm not seeing a thermite pick since it's potentially pretty obvious that they are going to go upstairs. I'm hoping that Nebo would have 6-picked that, but no, he is not going to. So a little bit confusing coming out from 3D Max here. Let's see if they make it work here. I do like the Capital pick here. We've seen a lot of Capital recently. He's definitely come back into the meta. I think it's more because, not that his utility is great, which it has always been a really great utility, but more the fact that his gun is nowhere near as bad as what it was used to be. And yeah, unfortunately we didn't see the knife only round, so I'm sorry, chat. I couldn't convince them. Couldn't convince them.
10 seconds remaining.
So, let's head into round number 2 and see exactly what the setup is here. I like these reinforcements going down all the way. And of course, this white stairs mirror is always a little bit controversial, right? Because if you reinforce it and you impact the wardrobe, gives you a stronger position to play. But it means that someone could just rappel into this window and just plant right in front of it. Let's see the mirror window going down in a pretty obvious place. Sometimes you do see mirror windows going down in the kitchen, just to defend this vertical play. And sometimes you do see ones going down as a master bedroom just to try and deny this. But this is a really bad mirror in my opinion, because it can easily get picked from here outside of the sort of north window. Anyway, we can see Thatcher's coming out as well, as Connor going to be desperately holding onto all of this. Very aggressive with all of this as well, and trying to get a little bit of peek onto this master bedroom balcony. I'm really surprised he's being so aggressive with all of this. Nope, not going to see any picks coming out just yet from either team. It looks like Team 3D Max will try and secure these areas. The Undead will be droning out with small time, making sure no one is on his flank, as master bedroom control has now been achieved. It's going to be Badtrack who starts to move in, as Nebo does manage to open up onto Jen. Plenty of time left though, but Primal should really move to highway window here if he wants to try and secure some sort of plan. It's going to be Oral who's down below, try and maybe deny something going on here. Of course, he's got the nitro cell in his back pocket, so he should be able to throw something up, but I'm pretty sure Primal just droned him out there. I'm going to be surprised if Oral doesn't actually throw this nitro or rotates, but it's going to be Dereal with the run out. He's going to take Qual off the board. It's already the Zofia off the table. That is a huge pick coming out from Dereal. He's still going to be holding on to this. Meanwhile, Blackbeard going to try and refrag him here. He's going to throw out his drone, but no, he's going to get banned! Oh, no! Oh, wow. Dereal with the big plays runs all the way out. Undead goes down to a headshot, and that's now a 3v5 situation. Not looking good for 3D Max. They're all just starting to fall apart here. They've got a lot of utility still on the board, however. And particularly looking at the tactical crossbow coming out from Capital here, he's still got these smokes, right? And this is really going to be the key to this plan. Badtrack does manage to take down Alf. That's going to be one off the table. But Badtrack with another kill takes out Con, and the nitro goes out. But Primal on 1 HP in a dream. How does he survive that? Yeah, it's like the retake is going to have to come through. What? Aniki just knifed Badtrack through the wall. How does that happen? Okay, there's some interesting retake strategy coming out here, as Nebo does manage to take down Oral and turn it into a 2v2 situation. Oral going to be pushing all the way up. Amazingly, he's going to win the fight against Primal, and now all into the hands of Nebo in a 1v2. Nebo is going to be pushing through onto the master bedroom hallway, but no! Aniki wide peeks it, takes Nebo down with a headshot. Dereal disables the diffuser. It was like overtime. I'm going to take round number 2.
Bomb diffuser disabled by defenders. Bomb defusing attempt failed. Defenders win.
Alright, looks like we are going to have a rehost here, so we'll be back in just a few moments.
We found our way again. We found our way again. We found our way. A new place.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Alrighty then, hello and welcome back to Team 3D Max versus Overtime here. We're going to get into round number 3 and we're going to see a rear stage and watchtower defense coming out because of course a objective rotation parameter of 2 coming out means that Overtime, having won 2 successful defenses so far, will have to go to a different site of either Dining Hall or Big Tower. Now, Dining Hall tends to be the most preferred site. And I feel like because there's a mirror on the board for the first time in a while that I've seen an Oregon in competitive, that this is why they are taking the big tower. And I think I would agree with this. I think that it's a lot more defensible than Dining Hall is, just because it's so much easier to plant and keep control, especially if you have a mirror. And a lot of it is going to be concentrated around this attic and meeting hall area, but there's also a lot of potential around this top floor area. And you can see this is where Deathrow is going to be setting most of his utility down. I would normally expect maybe a shield to go down as well, just to keep him a little bit of cover here. But yeah, we're going to see a lot of utility going down into the second floor area. See the Maestro Cam going down as well very nicely. It's kind of an interesting Maestro Cam as well, though. I'm not really sure whether maybe it's just to deny any sort of Twitch drones coming in, but
5 seconds remaining.
huh. That is not good.
Cover the diffuser. Attacker's objective is
That is, that's not good, Anarchy. It's not good. We're just going to get past all of that and see exactly how 3D Max wanted to do in the attack, and so far their attacks have been unimpressive. They've been very, very spread apart on the attacks quite a lot. I feel like they're not very coordinated, and they go in and they're just sort of on their own. Primal, however, is going to find the first kill of the round. There goes Arth, already the bandit off the board. That's a pretty huge pick, and it is not going to allow any bandit tricking to happen so far. Looking pretty good already for 3D Max to move in here, but again, this was still a very far apart kill. Like, Primal was in no position to get traded there if he did lose the gunfight. However, he did win the gunfight, so you can't really blame him for it. I see Deathrow is going to be peeking around into the meeting room, seeing what he can do and seeing what kind of control he can keep control of here. But probably not a lot, as Primal is going to be pushing it through onto the meeting hall, but he does see the mirror window that is there. But it's going to be Deathrow who finds the first kill for Overtime this round. It's going to be Undead going down already. That's already your Maverick off the board, and that's a huge pick. Utility coming out left, right, and center here, and it's not looking good at all for 3D Max here. Their attack is very much stalling out. They haven't gained too much control here, and they haven't gained any kills. It's Deathrow with the run out, takes down Primal. This man just runs out at everything. I don't want to say he's playing ranked over here, but he is certainly getting very, very aggressive. And I really like this mirror window coming out from Overtime here. That's keeping pretty good control here so far, as Nebo is going to drop the diffuser down into Pantry, and it's going to be a 3v5. But there's still a decent amount of utility, and I'm more looking at especially the Thermite, but definitely the Zofia here, who's really going to be bringing the utility to bear in order to make this entry into the site. It's going to be about shutting down Deathrow and shutting down this door, as Qual will manage to open it up and just peeking through and seeing what you can see exactly as Nebo actually makes his way into the site. He's in rear stage. He's going to make his way back out. Instead, Diffuser is still down in Pantry, however, as Qual does make his entry kill. That goes Deathrow. The Maestro Cam, however, is still on him. He does not have the ability to destroy it, I think. No, he does. He does have the ability to destroy it, but he's not chosen to do so just yet. As Qual does push up onto the construction site to see what he can do, but then see Aurel's Maestro Cam is still solidly placed here to see what he can do so far. Connor going to be playing into the meeting hall. Oh, wait, no! Backtrack is not going to expect it! But the push just come through from the Thermite. Can't find the kill just yet, but Nebo does manage to find that. Anarchy somehow dies to falling, but Nebo with the double kills there. What just happened? So much aggression coming out from Overtime there. Unfortunately, do not manage to secure that round onto Big Tower, and it's going to be squarely 3D Max finally on the board with their first round win. Still very aggressive from both teams coming out. Overtime had really no reason to be as aggressive as they were. Not really sure why the Maestro decided to jump out, but yes, this is the kind of game we're playing now. But anyway, we're going to move into round number 4 and see exactly how it's going to go down, as we're going to see a laundry room and supply room defense coming out from Overtime. Should be some good stuff. The things that I'm looking at here are mostly to do with the site setup, but a lot to do with how 3D Max is trying to adapt their playstyle here. So let's see how it does go down as we move into round number 4. Not looking too good so far for Team 3D Max. The only victory they've managed to have is on potentially one of the worst sites to try and attack. Their first attack, however, of this potential area, it wasn't great. I will admit. But I don't know, like, the main problem here is that they just didn't bring a Habana. They didn't have any hard breacher. So that was a big issue last time. But now they do have a hard breacher, now they do have the Thatcher. They're not gonna allow this Thatcher strategy, sorry, this mute strategy to happen this time on this laundry hatch that Connor, you can see, is placing it down quite nicely at the edge of that table. And yeah, I mean, this can go a lot better for them. And as I explained last time, this mute strategy is so much more effective now because of the new hatches that you need 4 Habana pellets to open the hatch. So you can't just place one at the edge there. You have to get all 4 of them going. So that's unfortunate. But it's going to be Connor who does manage to score the first kill of the round, peeking out onto the mirror hallway. Surprisingly getting pushed very, very quickly here. Not really sure what the Ash was doing there. It was going to be Bantrack who goes down immediately there. And again, from Team 3D Max, they're all over the place with these fights right now. And it's going to be Oral who just managed to find a kill there onto Undead. All the way is the roaming Maestro. What is going on right now? He takes him down outside the big tower. What is going on? That's a Thatcher down already, though. That's a massive pick coming out from the defense. That's going to be in a 5v3 situation. Primal going to be holding on to the meeting hall to see what he can do so far. Qual going to be droning out onto big tower. Nebo going to be pushing up onto big tower as well to try and meet up with him. But it's a 5v3, and they've already lost a huge amount of utility in the form of that Thatcher. And this push is just not looking good at all for 3D Max. Overtime holding on pretty well indeed, as it looks like the meeting hall hatches are going to start getting opened up. Primal going to get a little bit up as he's going to be pushing onto the stairs, but no, he's going to peek it the wrong way. Arth with a great angle yet again is going to take him down. He can leave it all squarely into the hands of Qual and Nebo here. As Nebo is going to be pushing down onto Big Tower. Going to rotate out instead onto the garage instead. And Qual maybe looking to make a push on his own here. And again, there's been no refragging coming out from 3D Max at all. They really need to play a little bit closer together. And there we go, but Nebo going to be pushing onto the site through bunker entrance. Is going to manage to get the first kill for his team this round. That's going to be Daryl finally off the board. His heavy aggression not paying off for him this time. Drones are going to come out, but we've still got roamers on the board in the form of Oral. But oh, what a shot from Qual! It is going to take the head clean off of Oral and turn it into a 2v3. Smokes are going to come out as Nebo starts to push onto the site, but wow! How is that not a kill? 1 HP in a dream, and Anarchy! He lives the dream! He takes him down, Qual with 1 kill, but no! Cannot secure it. Arth drops the hatch, takes down Qual. Overtime, win round number 4. Wow, that was close. What just happened? What is going on in these rounds? There is some insane aggression coming out from both of these teams right now. Especially from Overtime and especially from Daryl. But overall, it's been a very, very aggressive stuff going on. There's been some pretty good angles being held by Arth here. He's won a lot of those gunfights, which is impressive in its own. But let's see how it's going down as we move into the final defense here from Overtime. Don't forget, you know, it's kind of interesting that their name is Overtime, but we don't have any Overtime anymore. So maybe something to be said there. Maybe tidings for the future. Anyway, we're going to get into round number 5, and as I said, this is the final defense for Overtime, and it's going to be Kidstorm's defense, and this was insanely successful last time, and I think the main reason for it was, again, that 3D Max were playing very, very far apart. A lot of them were getting picked in places they didn't really want to, especially the Blackbirds. You see what happened is that the Real ran out, he gets the kill onto, I think someone who was holding outside White Cells, and they might have been, no, they were outside White Cells, yeah. And then Blackbird, seeing that, decides to rotate and try and catch him out. throws the drone out to try and drone him, but then Daryl, he just runs out and kills him. And what a huge misstep from the Blackbird for that. And honestly, pretty disappointing from T3D Max on that particular objective. They also lost their Maverick fairly early on, and that can be pretty devastating, honestly, in an attack like this. But anyway, we're going to get into round number 5 and see exactly how it is going to go down. And something I do want to point out on this attack as well is you see that Maverick's icon there in the top left that I'm hovering over. You see that when he's holding the diffuser, it kind of looks like the horse is, you know, holding onto its lunchbox. Nice bit of insider info for you guys there if you never noticed that before. But we are going to see Daryl, Arth, and Oral all roaming downstairs. This is a very aggressive hold coming out from Overtime here. Trying to hold on to these downstairs areas to come out, but Qual's already into the site! Anarchy shuts him down immediately, but Primal is there to refrag. Primal Nebot into the site. Bad Track does manage to go down to Connor. Connor with a double kill. He's going to take 2 off the board. Moves in with a pistol. Tries to duel it out with the IQ, but it's all down to Primal. He takes down Connor with the pistol, and it's all down to him. But no, Daryl jumps into the big tower window. The big window, sorry. Takes out Primal, and that was an incredibly fast rush coming out from Team 3D Max. They all just jumped into that window as soon as they got blown open. That was interesting. But we're going to finally see Overtime move through onto the attack. And yeah, so Overtime's attacks are normally very, very heavy shields. They like run a Montaigne shield. They run Blitz. They run Clash. They run Blackbeard. They run heavy shields, and they're pretty good at using them effectively to push aggressively into the site. I casted them against Empire last week, and they were pretty effective there in shutting down a lot of the roam game coming out from Empire. Well, when the Clash was on the table, and some of their attacks went interestingly, but the problem with running a lot of shields is that it is very easy for you to get baited into a crossfire, and potentially that is the massive flaw in Overtime strategy using that. However, they are going to stick with it. Despite the fact that Blitz is banned, they are going to be still bringing a shield in the form of Montaigne. And we'll see how it goes for them. Of course, we do have Blackbeard on the table as well. Arth being the normal Blackbeard. Interestingly, he's using the SR25 rather than the MK17, which is considered to be the better gun right now, considering the recent changes to Blackbeard. So maybe just a preference thing for here for Arth. But let's see how it goes down as we move into the very first attack round coming out from Overtime. Looking pretty strong for them, but as I always like to say, you know, anything can happen, and it's always a kind of a reset of the momentum going in as well to the second half.
10 seconds left.
So let's see how it does go down as we move into round number 6, and we see a laundry defense coming out from T3D Max. And yeah, I think we're going to see this very similar strategy coming out, but they've not opened up the classroom wall. That is a big mistake coming out from 3D Max there. If you're going to do this strategy, you need to open up this classroom wall, because otherwise Anarchy can just get on this classroom wall, you just thermite the charge right where that gorilla is, and they could just open up the hatch. And it's easy as that. You really need to open up this classroom wall. Cannot emphasize that enough. But we are going to see a big tower take coming out from Overtime here, getting quick control over that area, as Qual is going to find an early gunfight here. He's going to be in Boiler Corridor. He's not going to be able to do much here as he just pushes around. He's going to start reinforcing, but Undead is going to be holding down the fort. He has the mute shotgun out, and it's going to be the Montaigne of Connor who's pushing up on him. He's going to unshield himself and see if he can go for a quick pick here, but Undead is still holding him at bay. This shotgun is the ultimate counter to the shield play coming out here from Overtime, and this is great bit of holding out from Undead. I think he's managed to keep Connor at bay so far. Connor expecting a peek, but not going to happen just yet. Meanwhile, Arth can be holding on to Big Tower. It's just like Nebot is pretty committed to this meeting hall defense as well. We've been taking a very interesting prone angle with the pistol and also running the Ellis shotgun. So this is some interesting stuff coming out from Nebot. He's going to be playing around onto the meeting hall, going to be trying to open up onto the wall itself, but is going to get picked instantly by Oral. That's going to be the first blood for the round, going to Overtime there, as Oral managed to peek out onto the attic hatch, and this is a disaster for 3D Max, and again, no refragging coming out from them at all. He's very disappointed to see, as Qual is going to be pushing around onto the supply room to see what he can do here, but thermite charges are going to go out onto the hatch. That's going to make 3Max's job a little bit harder here as Undead is slowly getting pushed out. And this is the big disadvantage of bringing a meat shotgun, is now you only have that pistol to defend yourself with at long range. So, it is still a 4v5 situation, not looking too good, but Anarchy is going to take the head off of Primal all the way from Electric Hatch. And this whole defense is now poised onto how Undead can play around this area, honestly. But we still have one on the flank. Badtrack is still on this roam, so there's a lot of potential for him. Oral, however, going to take the head off of Badtrack and deny all that hope. But what? Connor is just going to smack Undead in the face. And this could be all into the hands of Qual, as he does, yeah, Oral just drops the hatch. She takes him down. Easy as that. And overtime take round 6 and put themselves onto match point. That was a disaster of a defense coming out from 3Max. A very interesting strategy as well. A lot of shotguns being ran. Despite the fact that they were running a lot of shotguns, they didn't even open up the classroom wall. So that is interesting as well. But we are going to get into match point here. It's going to be round number 7 and Team 3D-Max. Interestingly enough, we're actually going to go for a big tower defense. Well, I don't necessarily agree with this decision. I like the you know, the thing of where they're trying to throw off the enemy team, right? They're trying to be like, they know they can't lose a round now.
Defenders protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So if they're gonna go somewhere, they need to know they can win there. And if they're gonna go here, if they went Kids Room, right? They won there. They're gonna have to go here anyway. So you'd rather take this site first in order to be like a surprise. If you get my drift there. I think that is the sort of logic here. And I like that. I think it's fine. While I don't agree this is the best site to have taken, I would have maybe liked to see a dining hall defense.
5 seconds left.
Especially if you're not going to bring a mirror or a Maestro. I think this is a pretty interesting lineup coming out from 3D-Max right now. And I'm going to guess, yet again, the mute shotgun coming out from Undead, interestingly enough. I feel like at this point, you might as well just run smoke, because this mute isn't really bringing that much to the table on this particular defense that the Bandit hasn't already brought. And that's a Bandit suppressor as well. I gotta say, there's some very interesting stuff going on during this game right now. But we are going to see how it's going to go down as overtime begin their attack onto round number 7. Looking to close this series out very nicely as they're going to be opening up onto the big window here. Arth going to be pushing in here. Lots of drones going to be coming out as Darrell already making his way inside the kitchen and looking to open all this up. And yet again, this is another thing that's kind of pointless about bringing the mute over a smoke here. Especially, you know, not bringing a smoke when you're going against a team that is known for bringing a lot of shields. Surely that is what you want here. I mean, it looks like, yeah, Maverick is going to be there and opening that up easily as that. But, oh, what? Nebo peeks it with the suppressed MP7. Nitro goes out, but it could be Primal scores the first kill of the rounds. Could be Oral going down to a headshot. And the Bandit battery's going down. It's going to light up in a little bit, but Anarchy peeks the Maverick hole, takes down Nebo. And this could be easily able to open up this wall into Attic now. I gotta admit, I didn't expect it to go as well as it did, but wow, what a Nitro coming out from Undead from below flag is going to be able to take down Darrell. Beautiful Nitro coming out from him, and it's going to be turning into a 4v3, but the peaks coming out from Connor very early on as Anarchy going to be opening up onto the big tower window. It's like all this push is very concentrated into the attic now, as Connor going to be leading the challenge through into the rotation hold to see what he can do. As we move into the final minute though, but we're going to see still a decent hold coming out from onto big tower. Connor going to be peeking it out, but oh, the flank comes through from Badtrack. Is going to be able to make short work of Anarchy on the... Oh my god, how does that happen? Arth is going to win the fight. Is going to be able to down Qual, but not going to know if he's downed him or not. Connor going to take out Badtrack on the flank. Is going to turn it basically into a 2v2, but Undead. Oh, what a beautiful shotgun shot from below. Takes down Connor clean. And that's going to leave Arth in basically a 1v2 because I don't really think Qual is revivable at this state. You're going to be slowly bleeding out. 23 seconds left to go. I don't really think Arth has too much of a chance here. He's going to drop the hatch, but no, Undead with a shotgun is going to take it. And that was a very surprising victory that 3D Max just pulled out the bag. These shotguns were devastating. And, you know, I was very overly critical of the mute shotgun, but I guess it works. I think he could have pulled off a very similar situation just using the mute shotgun still. But, yeah. Anyway. That's going to be match point to overtime still. But they are surely going to now expect this Kids Dorms defense coming out from 3D Max. And they're going to know exactly where they're going. So, no surprise takes going out here at all. And despite the fact that overtime probably didn't expect the defense of Big Tower, I think like they still took it in a fairly decent way. The only problem is that they still just weren't aware. Like, maybe they just thought as soon as we take control of the attic, they're going to rotate out a meeting because there's no reason for them to holding on meeting anymore. But really, their whole strategy was revolving around holding meeting in order to hold attic rather than the reverse of that situation in which it normally is. So, interesting strategy coming out from 3D Max is going to secure them their first defense win. Let's see if they can keep it up. And we're actually going to see the FMG9 smoke with a pistol. As I said, interesting stuff coming out today. I still just think you should just go smoke shotgun really here. But I guess, you know, it's whatever. Potato, potato, you know. We are going to see a mirror here from Qual, but not going to see a mirror on the white stairs. So I'm wondering where he's putting this mirror. Please say he's putting the mirror downstairs. And he's not putting the mirror.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are
Is he going to
moving out
reinforce it?
locate a bomb and defuse it.
He doesn't know what he wants to do. He's trying to make up his mind. I'm trying to read Qual's mind right now. Tell me, chat, what is Qual thinking right now? I want to hear it. I want to hear Qual's thoughts. I'm trying to reach out to him. Where is he putting this last black mirror? Anyway, let's see how it does go down as we see still no black mirror placement coming out from Qual. I really thought he was just going to reinforce it and put the black mirror down that way. Instead, we'll see overtime again with their famous Connor Monty is going to push all the way up onto the main stairs to see what he can do here. Those drones are going to be coming out from overtime all the way through meeting hall, making sure it all's very secure. And Connor, of course, with that nice little armored drone strategy, is going to move all the way through Armory Corridor, making sure it was all very clear for him. Finally, that blip mirror is going to go down onto that white stairs rotate. He's going to reinforce it very easily. And sees what you can do exactly with this. Still no picks just yet, but we are just 1 minute into the round. See, Badtrack still is... What is he looking at? Okay. Is still holding this nice angle onto the dining hall roof. As Arthur's going to be pushing around it. See what he can do. But oh, he's going to go down. Beautiful pick from Primal. Very aggressive. I mean, who picks a Blackbeard like that? Apparently, Primal does. It's going to be Anarchy who does manage to open up Gen Wall. However, it's Badtrack with a very nice kill all the way from Meeting Hall. He's going to take the head clean off of Connor. And he's going to rotate all the way back up. And some very aggressive motions coming out from 3D Max here. And they're just not getting punished right a minute. Oh, what? Oral takes down Qual, but not before Nebolt takes down the Real. And that's a huge amount of utility gone off the board for overtime. Only leaving the Zofia and the Thermite left in a 2v4 situation. But they still have a lot of utility themselves, and they have their entry into the site. And they have 1 minute left remaining. Oral going to find another kill here. Nebolt going to go down as Anarchy is trying to find gunfights here shortly. Primal going to be peeking it out, seeing what he can do here. Flashbangs are going to go out from Anarchy to see what he can do here. He's going to push all the way in. Anarchy takes down Primal with a headshot. Very nicely played. It can turn into a 2v2 situation now. All into the hands of Undead and Badtrack here. And it's all starting to fall apart a little bit. Anarchy could be pushing around onto the Armory Corridor, seeing what he can do. 30 seconds left to go, but not looking good for him at all. There's still the mirror window here as well, as Undead is going to be throwing his smokes out to deny the entry. Zofia charge is going to bounce off the mirror window and back into the attackers. That's not good. Flashbang is going to go out to burn the ADS. Oh, another flashbang straight into the eyes of Badtrack. He's going to feel that in the morning as the diffusers go down Oral going to be playing it. The mirror window is going to get popped, but Oral, oh no, he wins the what? What? He lost the gunfight, and then Undead scores a double kill. Oral and Anarchy off the board. And amazingly, 3D Max are still going to be holding on to this for at least one more round. This is a potential draw, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on right now? Anyway, there's a lot of things that went wrong during that particular round. I'll try and explain a few things, especially in 3D Max's end. Their setup was very, very late and fairly confusing in some places. I feel like they were fairly aggressive early on, but that aggression definitely paid off for them. Overtime, they lost a lot of their early utility. Their roam clear wasn't very good, and really I expected a little bit more from Overtime, considering how they're running a Montaigne on Oregon, and when you do that, you're normally having a pretty good roam clear, but the Montaigne didn't really have too much support. Maybe this is just the way that they play the Montaigne, and I feel like that's fairly true in a lot of circumstances, where they just kind of tell Connor to just send it, and he just goes in solo somewhere.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Alright, looks like we're going to have another rehost here, so we are going to be right back with round number 9.
Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase the night. Erase all of these broken dreams in flight. And we'll fly. We'll fly away. Yeah, we'll fly.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Team 3D Max versus Overtime. We're going to get right back into this. Overtime still on that match point, but Team 3D Max are only a couple of rounds away from bringing this into a tie. So, it should be interesting for them. They are going to be a laundry room defense for them, and seeing how exactly they can do this. Having won that very surprising big tower defense has actually played quite well into their favor. So already looking quite well indeed. Let's see how it goes down as we move through into match point still to overtime, but round number 9 overall. 3D Max just a couple of rounds from taking this to a draw, of course. Fairly surprising, honestly. Their playstyle on defense has been so weird. They're kind of all over the place with it. Anyway, let's see how it goes down as we move through into match point now. And still looking pretty good for overtime, though. But they are going to have to sharpen up their wits for this. This has been the only attack that they actually won against 3D Max. So I'm confident that they can take it. But we'll see exactly how it goes down.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers.
But you're going to see Badtrack going for a spawn peek here. This is very, very cheeky indeed. I'm kind of thinking he actually might succeed with this, because I'm kind of thinking either they won't expect it or he'll get the peak wall off. But no, they will expect it. Anarchy will expect it, but will manage to get a little bit damage from it. It doesn't manage to take down the Roma. So I think Badrak's going to be pretty happy with that indeed. I'm not really going to see too much of a push coming out from overtime either after that. Still seeing reinforcements going down, unfortunately, but it's not going to matter too much. Again, through 3D Max, we're still seeing this fairly late setup, but it's not actually doing too badly. In fact, if anything, it's actually working into their favor, because overtime are looking at the setup and they're thinking, oh, we'll push this way, and then the setup has completely changed by the time they get there. So maybe working quite well for them. One thing I don't really like about this is that Nebot, yeah, there we go. Nebot was playing on his own there, but we're going to see Badtrack is going to rotate all the way up onto the attic area. And he's going to be playing up the stairs here. But Connor going to be pushing all the way through into the basement corridor. And again, Connor very widely out of position here with his zero support from the rest of his teammates. He's going to be holding it down using this armored drone strategy, waiting for anyone to rotate down electric hatch, because he's noticed that that door is barricaded. So actually, if he just stays here, he has a pretty good chance of catching someone on the rotate. Badtrack is going to be running outside of the garage area. Not going to find a kill for that, however. As you see Nebot just holding down onto this attic area, just peeking into the big tower. Maybe going to be pushing down. Not going to see too much action coming up from either side just yet, as Nebot is going to see Oral, but not going to be able to catch him out just yet. Drones are going to come out. We'll see the Legion of Primal is holding down big tower. So aggressive, but oh, the Monty doesn't spot him. Oh, but he's going to get traded. There we go. But oh my god, Badtrack takes down Anarchy. Connor is going to eliminate Primal with the headshot and turn it into a 4v4. But wow, that is a Thermite already dead. That is a huge pick coming out from Badtrack. Looking very, very nice with 3D Max to take this round. And you know, losing a Legion for a Thermite, definitely worth it. This is the Undead holding it down. Using the FMG9. Don't actually see this too much, surprisingly. But see Archer's trying to peek it out. Using that Blackbeard shield to his advantage. Gonna be pushing up as well. Nebot going to be holding it down to the attic. But it's going to be Dareal who finds the kill onto Badtrack. Finally ending his kill spree there. And the Vigil goes down. Dareal with another kill. Takes down Undead. Now it's a 2v5. All into the hands of Qual and Nebot to try and hold on to this desperately. He's going to try and peek at the Montaigne. Connor Just trying to bait out quite a lot of those bullets there. So we're going to reload. Qual going to take down Deathrow, however, 2v3. But only 15 seconds left to go on the board. Nebo trying to deal with this Montaigne, but cannot find an answer. The Nitro goes out, but he's going to miss. Oh, what a disaster here, but Qual going to be peeking around. Does see the Montaigne, takes it down with a headshot. The diffuser has to go down, but Nebo with a flank takes down Oral, takes down Arf. And oh my god, 3D Max hold on to this for yet one more round. What just happened? Beautiful flanks coming out from Nebo, and what a terrible attack coming out from Overtime. Not being able to shut down those rovers until very late into the round, and a very chaotic round that was indeed. We're actually going to round number 10, and Team 3D Max have a very, very good chance of actually taking this to a draw, which is going to be interesting. A very chaotic and different playstyle coming out from 3D Max. Not default at all. Very out there, but it's definitely working for them on the defense. They've definitely seen a bit of a comeback here. Maybe it's a defender-sided map. Maybe. Especially with the bans that have gone on. Especially, like, losing the Blitz and the Lion are definitely affecting the roam clear here. I think, anyway. Especially where 3D Max is concerned.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Okay, so this is going to be the final round, no matter what happens. So it is going to be interesting to see what goes down, but I think more interesting to see what exactly people are dealing with here all of the time, right? I don't know. We'll see how it goes down anyway, as we do move into match point 2 overtime here, as we do attempt to hold on to this big tower again. Last time, their strategy was so weird for this, and I think they're going to try and pull off something fairly similar, where they were holding onto meeting room, but they were holding it onto attic from below using shotguns, especially from Undead, and I was fairly critical of this mute shotgun, but I quite like their strategy here. It was quite interesting, and I do like a little bit of a different strategy here. I think Undead would be smart to play into the meeting hall again, rather than play closer to the site, and yeah, this is what he's exactly going to do. Play around with Batrack yet again, and again we are going to see Nebo holding down onto the attic using those bandit charges, and using again that MP7 suppressor. Interesting stuff indeed. You see the first shots are going to come out from Arthur, going to be pushing down onto the big window through into the dorms room area, but lots of drones coming out from overtime here, of course, to try and secure the south side of the map, and they will quickly move in, realizing they do have already control. And they should quickly recognize there's a very similar strategy coming out from 3D Max yet again. So, should be good use of the Maverick here from Deathrow, hopefully, as he does come up onto the white stairs and sees what he can do here. But it's going to be Arthur who finds the first kill of the round. Oh no, what a disaster! Nebo already down and out of it, going to be peeking now, fairly aggressively going to be holding onto it. He goes down so early onto a headshot. There's already going to be a 5v4 situation. Not looking too good. It's already given up that top stairs control. As Anarchy is waiting for the go, no go. See, flashbangs are going to go out to burn the ADS. But Deathrow going to find another kill. What? He pushes so far up. And he makes use of those cheeky Maverick holes to quickly find the mute of Undead. He's going to go down, and he's not going to be Undead any longer. He will, in fact, go down, and Qual going to be trying to bait out any peeks at all. Primal still holding on to the top. There's going to be Batrack left alone in Flag Meeting Hall to see what he can do here. He doesn't actually have an impact nade here, so there's not really a lot he can do to really rush out of this castle barricade, but 1 minute left to go. He should really wait for the attackers to come to him. Qual going to rotate a big town. Looks like Batrack is also going to return back to the site, but almost getting caught out back onto that rotate. 55 seconds left to go on this push. Or we're going to be droning it all out, seeing what's going on into the rear stage area. As Deathrow and Connor do start to push up into Flag and see what's going on here. Exactly, Arth pushes into the attic area, holds it all down, and just pushes slowly onto the big tower stairs to see what he's going to be going down. But he sees the castle, but he takes him down! Primal going to be holding onto the top of the big tower here. Qual moves through onto Harry Potter and sees what he could do here. Still got a nitrous in his back pocket. He's going to try and contest the Montaigne. Takes down Connor easily as that, but instantly traded back by Deathrow. Now all down to Primal in a 1v4 situation. If he cannot clutch, they lose the series. He's going to be pushing through, but easily caught out by Arth there on the attic. Takes him down. That's going to be GG, well played. Overtime, take the series 6-4. Really well played by Overtime there indeed, but a great fight coming out from 3D Max, especially on those last second defenses there. That will be all for that match, but we will be back in just a few moments with yet another one for you guys. We'll see you then.
I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me set me free. I'm calling for you. I'm calling for you. I'm calling for you.
Paranoid, you claim this love that you never started. You once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back. This love that you never started. You once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back.
Just feel my heart inside. Our love can grow so bright. We found a way into the grace again. Let's not pretend our hearts have life again.
Take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase the night. Race all of these broken dreams in flight. And we'll fly. Up here, we're free, bound only by frozen memories. Lost in time, racing all these broken dreams tonight. And we'll
closing every door I'm trying to open. I tell you love you more, and you say it's broken. You make me weak. You're the one I seek. And I hate that I love you. I hate that I love you. If I could, and I would, carve out your heart. Carve out your heart. It's hard to keep smiling when you're closing every door I'm trying to open. I tell you love you more, and you say it's broken. But it wouldn't mend mine.
You make me feel like home. You turn around, I feel the breeze over me. You watch your dreams unfold. Let it come around and let it breathe over me. It's time to go away into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me set me free. I'm calling for you.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to this European Challenger League. We are now into Playday 6. We'll see Endgaming take on TrainHard. I just realized it overlay is the completely wrong way around now. That's all good. Fully fixed. There we go. We're going to see TrainHard starting out on the attack here, so let's go through and see how it is going to go down. We see the first operator band's going to come through onto Consular, as we see Glaz and Lion already off the board. Some interesting operator bands coming down indeed. As kind of expected. I'm not sure what to expect from the defenders. I would expect potentially an Echo or a Maestro to start with. Maybe a Mirror. But I think the Echo or the Maestro is preferable here. But it's actually going to be the Valkyrie. Not too completely out there either. Valkyrie, very, very potent here, of course, as well for those runouts. And there's a lot of sneaky places that you can get those Valcams. Endgaming, most likely to ban out an Echo or Maestro here, I would think. No, it's actually going to be the Clash. That's something I haven't really expected too much recently. But I suppose unconsciously it does make a lot of sense. So there are bans for today. Lion, Glaz, Valkyrie, and Clash. So you can see those right at the top for you guys there. We're going to get into TrainHard versus Endgaming. Let's see how it does go down as we move through into round number 1. Let's see exactly how it is going to go down. So just a note here as well. I am not observing this game this time. It is Marcio who is observing this game. So hopefully it should be a little bit better quality for you guys. I know my observing can't always be the best, you know. It's just the tricks of the trade that Marcio has. He's the expert observer here. I'm not going to doubt him there at all. So it should be good for you guys. Should be good, some good clips. Let's go through into round number 1. See exactly how this is going to go down on Consulate as TrainHard take on Endgaming. I'm looking forward to this. It should be pretty good indeed. Notable about Endgaming is they just had their match in the previous Playday today against Empire, but Empire couldn't show up to the game. They had some like weather issues and stuff, so Endgaming got a default win because they showed up like half an hour late to the game, something like that. So yeah, Endgaming is actually looking pretty good so far. They already won one game, and also to note, they've actually had a roster change recently. Fratelli is out. He decided to leave Endgaming, as far as I'm aware. It's perfectly his own choice. As far as I'm aware, I don't know. Maybe there's some tension there, but I doubt it. And Sloppy has come onto the roster to replace him. Sloppy, I believe, was actually on a sub role already, so good transition here. Let's see how it does go down. And Endgaming start out there first, defense, and we are going to see this sort of mirror strategy defense from him. I'm kind of interested because there's not actually the defense I was expecting here. I was expecting the more of you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the castle mirror combo defense here. You normally see that quite popular, and I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen that just yet. But we are going to see TrainHard making short work of this defense indeed as they start to push all the way up onto yellow stairs. Start to open it up. You might see there's a little bit of an audio delay. I think that's completely on Marcio's end and not on my end here, so I do apologize for that. But let's move through here and see Saves is going to start opening it up and see what you can do here. The drones are going to start coming in. And let's see how it does go down, and let's see how it goes through. Save's going to be pushing through onto this west corridor area, aiming down through onto spiral stairs. Flashbangs are going to go out shortly here to burn any ADSs on the top of yellow. And there we go. The ADSs are going to get pushed out, but Hunter going to be pushing out very aggressively. He catches the frag grenade and flashbangs, but Hunter does win that fight against Kendrew. Saves instantly trades him back, but Elation's there in the bathroom to trade back Saves. Nice trades coming out. Indeed, Magic going to chop out the window from Piano. Elation takes down Darius as well. So nice double kill coming out from Elation here. All down to... Oh, what? Darius, his Claymore finds Peak as he jumps out. But that's going to leave it all into the hands of Mag. It's not looking too good for him so far. But, you know, it's not that bad. He does still have a decent amount of utility, but the diffuser is down on yellow stairs. But he's got a bit of time to work with here to make his way through. See, Elation has scored 3 kills here and is holding down this bathroom very well. Looks like Zofia is just trying to make his way down sound. Magic going to be pushing through onto the bottom of this hatch, seeing what he can do here as he slowly rotates up Spiral. Takes out the camera, sees what he can do here. Just has to potentially open up onto the top of Spiral. Just managed to open up and hop down all the way back down downtown. And potentially pushing up yellow stairs here now as well. But this is covered in Legion mines right now. He's going to have to do a lot of work here if he wants to get it through. And be launching those Zofia mines to make sure this Legion cannot push him at all. As you can be pushing up, Elation goes down to a beautiful headshot coming out from Magic. And good for those pre-fires. But nice angle coming out from Sloppy here. And Torok just playing patiently and waiting for Zofia to play into his hands. Magic going to be pushing down into the middle of the hallway. Seeing what he can do here, but 15 seconds left to go. He does have the diffuser in hand, but holding down onto bathroom, seeing what he can do here. Trying to get a pick, but he's going to have to deal with 2 full health operators. And no, he's not going to be able to catch out either one of them. Sloppy takes him down, and that is not sloppy at all as Endgaming take round number 1. Beautiful bit of siege coming out here from Endgaming, but not a great yellow stairs take coming out at all from TrainHard. You don't really see yellow stairs takes actually going down too well, and it tends to be because of things like that, where you're very contained into one area and you're all just pushing up the stairs at the same time, and you see a lot of chaos goes up through at the same time. It's kind of disappointing in Kendrew there as well. Kendrew, very, very experienced book player. So let's see how it just go down as we move through into round number 2. Let's see exactly what the situation is here in terms of the cafeteria garage defense. Some would say this is not as viable as it used to be because of the Maverick now on the board. But TrainHard have actually opted to not take the Maverick here. So it's interesting. The main reason I say that is it's not as necessary to gain piano control as it used to be. Just to get it all open. But I think there would be some people who would argue that, yeah, maybe not to actually get the wall open, but you do need piano control in order to make sure that there are no roamers there holding down the vertical angle to stop you getting plant down. While I'd agree with that, I would also like to point out that in order to get control of piano that way and to stop roamers pushing in, you don't actually need to be in piano to do that. You can hold it from the windows, you can hold it from console above. There's a lot of different ways you can hold that. So yeah, I think it should be interesting from TrainHard here. I don't know, we'll see how it goes down. But I think a lot of their strategy seems to be, it's either going to be the garage push or it might be maybe a hatches take, considering they brought the Habana and not the thermite here. So let's see how it does go down as we move through. Let's see how it goes down. I'm aware that Marciu's delay is not as large as mine on his stream, but please do not spoil the stream here. I can't sort my delay out without completely stopping my stream, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. But we're getting into round number 2, and we'll see all these drones are going to be coming out from TrainHard to see what they can do here exactly. As Darius going to be droning it all out. Oh, is not going to quite get the utility. Darius, what are you doing? There we go. Jesus. Is going to finally take that alibi off the table. Let's see how it does go down. As you see, he's going to get those cameras and get all this utility about, but he's run out of tasers. The ADS, he should not have gone for that camera. Darius, come on. What a terrible usage of the Twitch drone coming out from Darius there, and not a single pick from either team just yet. But I think a fairly successful push coming out so far with this top floor area. But there is a decent amount of hold coming out from Kunta and Elation here, and still neither of them picked, and wasting a huge amount of time and just about to move into the second half of the round here. And still not seeing anyone picked. Seeing a lot of drones coming out, however, from TrainHard, but they're not making as much progress as I would have expected them to make at this point. Let's see how it goes down. Saves does manage to take the entry kill down onto Elation. Kendrew moves through onto the side, takes down Hunter as he tries to retreat back down the yellow stairs. That's a beautiful couple of kills. Pete goes down to the bottom of Spiral, and an insanely aggressive end gaming immediately getting shut down by TrainHard. Still, we do see Sloppy on this roam yet again. He's going to try and retreat back down to Garage. He does so successfully, as it looks like it's going to be all down to him and Torok left onto the site to try and hold it down. Torok going to be peeking out to Visa Stairs, see what he can do, but beautiful headshot coming out from Torok, takes off the head of Darius, and Sloppy going to be pushing up onto the yellow stairs to see what he can do here. Deep does manage to take down Torok with a headshot, and leaves it all squarely into the hands of Sloppy. It's a 1v4. He's got to try and clutch it, but no, he peeks out Magic, takes him down with a headshot. Beautiful shot from Magic coming out there. TrainHard take round number 2 very, very nicely. And yeah, guys, I am aware there is a delay between the audio and the video. That is not on my end. It is purely on Marciu's end. There is absolutely nothing I can do about it. I have informed him of the delay. I'm sorry. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. We just got to wait until Marciu can fix it on his end. But let's see how it does go down as we move through into round number 3. And we're going to see another cafeteria garage defense coming out from endgame. We don't see too many teams going for that new site at all, which is interesting. I don't really think it's too much of a viable site. The sort of Teller's Archives. It's new, and I don't think a lot of teams actually understand how to hold it yet. So, I mean, that's fair, and there's still a lot of viable sites here. I still think that Endgaming should really consider going the lobby area here. I mean, if you look at the stats from last season's Pro League, it was actually that this was the 50-50 site to defend, Although Garage was actually easier to defend. But maybe Endgaming might have a little bit more success in the lobby area. I'm not sure. I think TrainHard... I don't think it was the fact that TrainHard took this in a really nice manner. It was very clean. It was that Endgaming had this insanely heavy roam. And it just did not work out successfully for them at all. So let's see how it goes as we move into round number 3 and see exactly what the push and what the play is coming out. Sloppy going to be on his cameras outside and seeing what he's going on exactly. It looks like the push is going to come through mainly from Visa here. Let's see what's going on. The drones are going to be coming out, of course, into the admin area to try and go for this take. And again, from Endgaming, you see a pretty heavy hold onto the upstairs area. He's going to be trying to destroy whatever drones that he can. As Twitch drones are going to come out from Darius yet again. Hopefully be a little bit combat effective with these this time. I'm just going to be droning it all out into the hallway. See what he can do here so far. As his saves are going to be repelling in, using that drone cover to make sure he is safe to do so. And this is a much quicker roam game coming out. Roam clear, sorry, from TrainHard. As they do quickly take control over this top floor area. Like, the Legion Mine is going to get pulled out here on Kendrew as he pushes up quickly. And just recognize that is indeed not Alibi, but it is indeed one of her alibis. As he pushes all the way up into the waiting room and takes it down just as easy as that. Moves all the way, gains secure control over the yellow stairs. And looking pretty good for TrainHard here so far, but no kills either way yet. And we still got a pulse on the board, of course, of Sloppy, but it's going to be Darius who goes down first, of course, from Sloppy, who does use his Nitro Cell already and does manage to try and secure the kill, but doesn't do so just yet. But Darius already getting injured like that. That's the first bit of action we have indeed seen, and that's a little bit of early aggression coming out from Endgaming, which is nice to just keep up that pressure and just remind TrainHard that if they take too long with this roam clear, they are going to get outflanked. So you see Magic is going to be playing on his own downstairs in Visa. We're not going to see much pushing coming out from them just yet. But they're going to get control of the hatches and get control of everything, what is going on. As Kendrew does manage to drop down into Piano and is just getting ready to have a little bit of a field day here and opening up all this vertical play. And this is also why it is good to gain control of Piano, not just for getting that wall open, but for getting so much vertical control and opening up anti-chamber and things like this, where Kendrew is now. And Kendrew is great on this book. He wins so many gunfights, but Nitro is going to go out. Is going to get a double kill. Torok, beautiful throw. Kobe coming in to kill Kendrew in saves. Eliminate them off the table. Peek on the roam does manage to eliminate Darius with a headshot and turns it all into the favor of Endgaming in a 2v4. Magic is going to take down Peek, but instantly traded back by Hunter on the roam. He's going to be on Visa, says Deep, pushes all the way into the site, but Hunter playing behind the mirror window takes down Deep easily as that. And Gaming take round number 3 in a very aggressive, but not as aggressive as last time, but a beautiful Nitro coming out from Torok. Let's see how it goes then as we move into round number 4. And, not looking too good here for TrainHard. Their attacks haven't been too impressive. I feel like they've been a little bit too slow, and Gaming have made pretty good work out of that. And it's all about, Siege Competitive is all about jumping on the enemy's mistakes while trying to not make as many as yourself. So, looking pretty good so far. Let's see how it goes down as we move through. Looking pretty good so far. So, we'll see round number 4 getting underway. We'll see another upstairs defense coming out from Endgaming, having an 100% win rate on this particular site at the moment in this particular game. So, looking pretty good for them to hold on to this yet again. And we saw pretty nice usage out of Mirror here. You know, Mirror is considered to be not amazing on this map, but she has been used pretty effectively here from Endgaming so far. But I think that the main big issue here from TrainHard during their attack was that they all pushed up yellow stairs when they just did not have the control that they thought they did. Maybe they should have posted someone on the bathroom window. Maybe they should have made someone connector as well. Despite the fact there was actually no castle on the board, TrainHard have not pushed onto that advantage. And I'm hoping that they use now the Blackbeard to really push that advantage. And we'll say, we know you don't have a castle, and we know that that is a very good thing for us to abuse these angles. As he rotates, but getting made out by Sloppy here between the sites. As we see Deep on the Blackbeard, going to take the typical Blackbeard position onto the west windows here, outside of console. So, I mean, this is a pretty typical position for the Blackbeard to have, and this Blackbeard, compared to the other Blackbeard from the last game, is actually going to be running the MK17. So, I feel like it's already an improvement, the SR25 not being too effective recently. With Hunter already getting very, very loaded by Deep. Some nice shots coming through there onto the yellow stairs area. As Deep going to be pushing through and just holding down these angles and making sure no one can rotate into console. So Deep going to be holding it down, and he's going to be pinging out the Maestro Cam, making sure what he can do. And this is also the advantage of playing a Blackbeard on this particular site, is that Blackbeard can just act as the point man and can ping out various things about the utility, about the site, and exactly how they want to take it if they do so. So going to be pushing onto this rappel, as Darius will manage to join him here. Potentially pushing some flashbangs into the site, making sure there's no ESs in there. But no flashbangs on the table from TrainHard is not going to be good. But Kenju does score the first kill of the round. There goes Hunter. That's already the Jaeger off the board. It's not a huge utility pick, but it is a pretty big pick just in terms of roamers and kill potential, definitely. Kenju scoring a nice kill there, as frag grenades are going to come out from him onto the connector from below, but not going to score a kill just yet. Surprised there was no ADS there. Torek going to be retreating all the way through onto projector to see what he can do here, but loads of shots still coming out from Deep on that Blackbeard. Is going to push any defenders out of it, but he does score a headshot for it. Elation getting a bit too greedy there, does get punished for it. Immediately shut down by the Blackbeard of Deep, who's just had dominating control so far of this site. So let's see how it goes down. As Torek going to be rotating all the way back downstairs. He's like, Kendrew's expecting him. He's going to take him down. Beautiful game sense coming up from Kendrew there. As Pete does rotate down. He takes down one, but instantly traded out by Kendrew with another kill. Now this could be a 4v1 situation, all into the hands of Sloppy yet again, as it's not going to be looking too good for him so far. He's going to push through into projectors to see what he can do here, but it's going to be 4 versus just him, as the diffuser does get planted. Not looking good for him so far. He's going to have to find 4 kills here if he wants to bring this in, and also disable the diffuser. So time is ticking down. There goes one. There goes Saves. Is out of it with a nice headshot coming out from Sloppy. He's going to have to try and rotate into vending machine onto front office. He's just managed to do that so far. Kenju does manage to spot him out just a little bit. The pre-fires come through. You cannot stop that LMG. Sloppy goes down. Sorry, Sloppy takes down Kenju with a headshot. That's going to be a 2v4. But we still got that Blackbeard who is challenging that sort of rappel angle. That's going to be pretty hard for Sloppy to push him off of it. But he has the Maestro Cam that's giving him a decent amount of intel here. He's just going for that beautiful pre-fight. Does take down Darius through the headshot. Beautiful wallbang. But you see Blackbeard just holding his long angle. There's no time left. Deep takes him down. Denies the clutch. TrainHard taking round number 4. And a much, much better attack. Really well played by Deep there as well. But fairly poor from Endgaming to not have too much run-out potential to try and deal with the Blackbeard. Maybe if someone jumped out piano and just dealt with that Blackbeard, it could have been much better. But unfortunately, not going well for them at all. As we are going to be pushing through into the final attack here for TrainHard and see exactly how that is going to go down. Sorry, like, I'm solo casting at the moment, so I might just, you know, take a break for a second and take a drink of water. Please don't crucify me for it. It is hard to solo cast sometimes. So, we are going to get to round number 5, and it is going to be a console offers defense yet again coming up from Endgaming, and TrainHard going with a little bit of a different strategy here as well, but I do like Capital usage. I think that the big thing that was missing from TrainHard last time on their attack is the fact that they didn't have any smokes. They didn't have, maybe Ying would have been useful here. Something like that. Any kind of entry that they would have been able to get into the site would have been better here. But we're not going to see too much of that coming out just yet. as we are going to push through and see what is going to be happening in round number 5. But I'm feeling like it's going to be an exact same setup from Endgaming, but a completely different attack coming up from TrainHard. They are bringing the smokes in the form of the KB this time, and of course Capitao as well. And Kendry, playing his on his famous book, is going to be able to go below and cause some chaos here. There's a couple of things that Endgaming needs to be aware of here. The fact that they haven't brought the Maestro this time is going to make this smoke plant very, very effective from TrainHard. Not TrainHard, TrainHard, sorry. And the fact that they're going to have to shut down Kenju if they want to keep a hold of those mirror windows. Or at least just control of the site in general. Maybe not mirror windows particularly, I don't exactly know where they went down, but I'm going to guess that one of them's bathroom and one of them's admin office, as Jones are going to go out from Magic. But actually, no, one of them is actually connected, so that is being able to be threatened from below from Kenju. So yeah, it's going to be all about the roam game here to shut down Kenju as soon as possible. It's going to be mostly into the hands of Vigil and Ella to do this, as looks like Jones are going to come out from deep to see what's going on. See, Kenju does score the first kill of the round. There goes Torok, beautifully picked out from him. And that's going to shut down quite a lot of the potential here, because that's the only Nitro gone from Endgaming already. That is a huge utility pick, already picking Torok off the board. Many more drones coming out from TrainHard here to see what the situation is if they want to go for this smoke plant. They are going to spot the Jaeger out on the top of yellow. Saves are going to be able to try and counter this push if he does. Looks like Capitao is getting ready to go and put these bolts down and make sure he can get this secured down. Sloppy going to be pushing through onto the bottom of yellow, trying to go for this sandwich encounter here, as Jones are going to come out. What do they know that saves at the bottom of yellow here? Probably not, considering that Yellow has not pushed up yet. And she has rotated the ramp, but deep, beautifully shutting down a Lesion on the rotate. Is going to turn it into a 5v3 situation. Already the Lesion going down. It's going to leave most of Endgaming actually left on this roam. So they've just to completely ignore this roam game and just move through around it instead. Potentially Capitao bolts and things going down onto the site would be the better play here. But it's going to be Magic. He just managed to pick up the diffuser. Kenju does manage to take down Hunter, and Deep takes down Sloppy as well. Oh, beautiful shots coming out from Peak. However, do take down Deep, but it's going to be a 1v3. He's going to have to take down 3 members and somehow potentially deny this plant if it doesn't already go down just about now. You see Capitao is going to be planting that in the corner of B, as Peak is going to try and pick it out, but Darius with a nice angle there does take down Peak with a headshot, and TrainHard take round number 5, sorry, to put themselves on a 3-2 advantage. Alrighty then, so we're going to get into round number 6. This is going to be the first defense coming out from TrainHard, and let's see how exactly they're going to take it, as they're going to be already moving down to this cafeteria garage defense. I'll be interested if this works. I'm mostly interested to see if Endgaming take a Maverick here. I think Maverick is the play, but I think from the operators that are already taking, considering there's a Blackbeard in the lineup, they're expecting an upstairs. But no, there is a Maverick in the lineup, so I'm good to see that. And I'm looking at the TrainHard lineup, and I don't think it's obvious that they are actually going downstairs, but the smoke is going to 6-pick onto... I'm not really sure where you could pick... Yeah, the Jaeger's probably a good idea here. But the Maverick of Elation is going to 6-pick onto... maybe a Montaigne? Or, yeah, Capitao, sorry. I don't know why I said Montaigne. I feel like Montaigne would have been still a good play if they were expecting the upstairs take. But not having the Maverick here might make things a little bit harder in terms of getting that wall open quickly. I mean, you will still be able to get that wall open because you do have the book. And piano control should be pretty easy for you, considering that you do have the Blackbeard as well. You could probably just repel piano and deny the whole rotate, and you should be able to get this wall open. But will you be able to get it open quickly is the issue here, I think. But TrainHard don't actually have anything for hard breach denial, so maybe not as big of an issue I was making out to be.
10 seconds to insertion.
Ooh. Ooh. Let's see how it goes down. Let's move into round number 6.
5 seconds to go.
And see what's going on exactly. As we see the first defense coming up from TrainHard, but of course the first attack coming up from Endgaming. And yeah, I think from the lineup they were expecting this top floor, but this is still a lineup that can work for this bottom floor attack, especially where the book is concerned. but Kenju had a huge impact as Book on the TrainHard attack. I'm wondering if Hunter is going to make the same level of impact. Especially on a map like Consulate, which is incredibly disruptive. And especially on this particular site.
Drone ready.
So, round number 6 getting underway here shortly, as it looks like drones are going to come out into admin, and oh no! We've been removed from the match. That is unfortunate. We'll be back in just a few moments.
Yeah, I know it's the unknown, the unknown. It's time to go away into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming. And I'm calling you to help me set me free. I'm calling for you. I'm calling for you.
Alright, so it looks like we'll be able to join back into this just as quickly as we got out. Let's see how it's going to be going down. Hopefully, we will be able to get into this just shortly for you guys here. But before we do, I'm kind of interested to see how this attack went down. And I'm going to guess that it did so fairly successfully to start with, but then it kind of fell apart at the end. I guess we won't find out until just a few moments from now. And yeah, it looks like TrainHard did manage to hold on to that, so an unsuccessful attack coming out from Endgaming there. We'll see a lobby press room defense actually coming out for the first time this series. Looking pretty good so far. I do like this defense. I think it's a very effective defense, especially if you're bringing things like Castle and Jaeger and Maestro. You can have a pretty good time here. I'm kind of surprised there's no smoke on the board though. Or maybe a couple of nitros if you're not bringing smokes. Or an Echo here, actually. You know, Echo is not banned, so you could bring an Echo here, but I'm not sure about the Capcom pick there, Magic. Okay, thank you. I'm not going to see that going on just yet.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Let's move into round number 7. We are going to see a lobby press room defense coming out. I'm interested to see how it does go down. This site tends to be mostly about that vertical play, holding on to all of it. And of course, a Maestro being brought is going to help out all of that. But, I don't know. It's interesting.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
So, like, what my main point here is I was really confused as to why there was no smoke, and my main point with that is plant denial, but also just opening all of these vertical angles, which is now being used through impacts instead, or maybe just the occasional bailiff, which both Alibi and, of course, Maestro do bring to the table. So let's see what goes down as we move through into 30 seconds through the round so far and see how it is going to go down. But I think that the admin take tends to be the preferable site here, and I think that Endgaming are definitely going to do that. Saves, of course, will be able to draw that all out, but Hunter immediately taking Kendra off the table. Beautiful entry pick coming out from Hunter there, as he just managed to open up admin, and there we go. As I predicted, the admin take is going to come through from Endgaming, but Saves with a beautiful nitro from below. Does manage to take Hunter off the board, but Elation quickly trading it around back. So, still slightly into the favor of Endgaming here, and they have managed to gain a decent amount of control for it as well. As Sloppy going to make his way through onto the yellow stairs. Might be able to abuse the fact that there's actually no one covering this angle right now. Might be able to slip his way through into the site. See how he goes down. As you see lots of utilities starting to come onto that front door area. As Elation going to repel outside of the antechamber. And Claymores are going to come through from Sloppy. Going to push through onto the west side here. See what's going down. But Magic immediately taking Elation off the board. Beautiful little aggression coming out from him is going to even it out 3 apiece. Looks like pre-fire coming out from Magic as well onto the yellow stairs, making sure that no one can push through. Looks like drones are going to come through as well, as it looks like Darius is going to be trying to hold on to this upstairs area as quickly as he can. Repelling is going to come out onto the west side. It looks like Ash is trying to make her way in here, but it's all kind of fallen apart for Endgaming. Their attack has sort of lost this cohesion that they had earlier on in the round, and again from Endgaming, they've lost this end bit of the round. So Magic is going to be pushing through, see what you can do, but no, he's going to be holding down to Piano instead. He's still got 2 members of TrainHard, of course, above holding that vertical play. As I said, very, very important indeed, as the barbed wire will start to get destroyed on the front door. Tori pushes in. He's actually going to go for the plant here, but the upstairs control is still firmly into control of TrainHard. Deep takes down Tora because he tries to go for the plant, but oh no, another peek comes out from Deep. Amazingly, isn't get picked for this at all. Endgaming are falling apart here at the seams. 15 seconds left to go. I have to pick up the diffuser and have to try and go for this plant, but not looking good for them at all to try and make this plant indeed happen. 10 seconds left to go. You go for the pre-fire, but no. Darius takes him down. They're going to leave into a 3v1 situation. Just Sloppy. He's going to push through all the way into the bathroom. They don't see him. They don't know he's there, but he's going to run out of time. TrainHard take round number 7 and put themselves on match point. Beautifully well played. So, 5-2 looking pretty good coming out from TrainHard so far. Let's see how it goes down as we move further into these rounds. But, not looking too good here for Endgaming. They have managed to not do any successful attacks so far. Their defenses were so much more impressive, but TrainHard have just completely hit them like a train in the middle of the face. And are just dominating on the attack so far. They've had beautiful roam coordination. They just pushed in. Roam clear has been great from them so far. Yeah, I mean, Endgaming are stalling out on these attacks so much, but TrainHard holding on very, very nicely. I'm just trying to think of really what is going wrong here for Endgaming, and the start of their attacks are going so well. They gain so much control. They get the picks that they need. They turn it into a man advantage, and then after that, they're just not trading frags at all. Maybe they get a little bit carried away with an advantage that they have. I'm not really sure what's going wrong for them here, but they seem to be having an issue closing out these rounds when they really should be winning them. Let's see it does go down, as we do see yet another console offers defense coming out from TrainHard here. Last time this is... Actually, no, we haven't seen this yet from TrainHard yet, and I'm glad to see we were seeing Kenju on the Echo. Actually, the first time we've seen an Echo this series as well, which is kind of confusing considering that this is Consulate and Echo was not banned. So, interesting to see. I especially would have thought we would have seen an Echo on Lobby just because we didn't see too much of plant denial coming off from TrainHard, but apparently you don't need plant denial if you just shoot them in the face. And that was definitely the strategy coming out from TrainHard that round, as you see. Also shots coming down from Elation to try and go for the pre-fires onto Bathroom. Pushing around onto the outside area of Spirals to see what's going on there exactly. He's going to claymore the door outside of Visa. and repel up onto admin. But I don't think the main issue here for TrainHard is to try and take over admin. It's more to take control like they did.
Located a bomb.
Sorry, for End Gaming here is to try and take control of that west side area, repel onto those and try and get some picks. But it's going to be Deep that gets the first pick of the round. It's going to be Hunter already off the table, already the book down. He's going to lose nades, and that beautiful utility, that skeleton key, not looking good at all for End Gaming here. So Fear Charge is going to go down, making sure there's no ADS's charges being there at all, and he's going to confirm that. But that's a lot of utility going down already for just confirming there's no ADS's there and no push coming off it at all. Peak is going to move through onto the north side, but End Gaming is starting to fall apart here. Flashbang's going to come out onto the bathroom area as Peak is going to be pushing all the way up. Drones are going to come out from him as well to see what's going on in the bathroom, but he's not going to see him. He's just going to repel in here. No, he's just going to open it up and make sure he can see what's going on here first, exactly as Sloppy is going to be pushing through onto this west balcony. But the Claymore from Elation outside of Vita does manage to find Magic as he goes for the drone out. But Deep does take down Torek with the SMG-11, a headshot. Nice recoil control coming out from him, does it into a 3v4. But we've still got the Blackbeard on the table, and this is going to be the main crux of the attack here. If this Blackbeard dies, I'm pretty sure the attack is just going to be ended. But Blackbeard has so much potential here to make a huge impact on this round, and it's not normal that you see a Blackbeard actually come through this ban phase. So Beak is going to push up all the way onto Spiral, takes out the two cameras very nicely there, and it's actually going to be the Blackbeard who repels off and actually goes up yellow instead. And it's only 35 seconds left to go, but he does have the diffuser in his hand. Going to push up Spiral and just trying to support his teammate here, as Elation also coming around as well. Yokai drones are going to be repositioned to try and deal with this Spiral take, and that is unfortunate. Kendrew's Yokai drone gets stuck on the ceiling fan, and I'd be pretty mad about that. But he has still got one more, but Elation going to be easily able to take down Darius, turns it into a 3v3 situation. Loads of pre-fires are going to come out from Pete, but he is going to get Yokai droned. Not looking too good for him. 5 seconds left to go. Sloppy going to try and make his way to the side, but he goes down. That's the diffuser. They have no way to recover this right now. Kendrew takes down Pete as 2v1, but no, they run out of time.
You have run out of time.
TrainHard take round number 8, and they take the series 6-2. Very well played indeed. End Gaming unfortunately just could not close it out. Anyway, we will be back with our final match of the night, which will be Overtime versus Deathrow. So we'll be right back for that. Stick around.
take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase the night, erase all of these broken dreams and flight. And we'll fly up here, we're free, bound only by frozen memories, lost in time, racing all these broken dreams tonight, and we'll
Hard to keep a straight face when I'm burning like fire, and you are cold as ice. I'm drawn in desire, and you have to think twice. It's hard to keep smiling when I try to set things straight. make me weak. You're the one I seek, and I hate that I love you. I hate that I love you. If I could, and I would, carve out your heart, carve out your heart, and I reincarnate it, and I reincarnate it. It's hard to keep smiling when you're closing every door. I'm trying to open. I tell you love you more, and you say it's broken. You make me weak. You're the one I seek, and I hate that I love you. I hate that I love you. If I could, and I would, carve out your heart, carve out your heart, and I reincarnate it, and I reincarnate it. It's hard to keep smiling when you're closing every door. I'm trying to open. I tell you love you more, and you say it's broken. But it wouldn't mend mine.
You make me feel like home. You turn around, I feel the breeze over me. You watch your dreams unfold. Let it come around and let it breathe over me. It's time to go away into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me set me free. I'm calling.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the European Challenger League. It's going to be Season 8, Playday 6. It's going to be Deathrow facing against Overtime. This best of one series. Unfortunately, going to be the final game for tonight. I want to see all of the spams in the chat. I can already see it. All the Deathrow supporters, all the Overtime supporters. Let's get them in there. Show some love. Let's go. Let's see how it's going to go down. Deathrow had a very surprising performance against T3H on border earlier today. I'm looking to see what they can do. In particular, I'm looking to see what White Shark can do, and I'm expecting a clash ban from Deathrow here, but no, it's actually not going to be a Clash ban coming out from them. It's going to be the Mirror ban coming out from them. Overtime going to be banning out very, very quickly. Probably going to be the Echo or My Show, I'd expect. Yeah, there we go. My Echo is going to get banned here on Coastline. So there are our bans for this evening. Be Lion, Blitz, Mirror, and Echo. So just going to quickly put those in the overlay for you guys, so you know halfway through the round what's banned and who banned what. Always very useful information to have indeed. As we're going to get through into round number 1 here on Coastline. So, Overtime, I have actually seen them on Coastline before. I saw them against Empire. I thought their attacks were pretty good. They had a really good roam clear, especially with their use of double shields. However, their defenses were very different. They were very spread apart, and I don't know if it was just because Empire are a very, very good team at attacking especially, but their defenses were quickly torn apart. And I remember especially this one, that this aquarium was not defended very well, and I think a big reason for it was a big lack of castle from them. And it was disappointing to see, honestly. And, you know, this time again, they're not playing the castle here because they're not playing the mirror, they don't have it. I'm kind of surprised they went to Billy this defense to start with. Normally I see teams that they don't have a mirror, they normally go kitchen service entrance. I feel like this is the one site you don't need a mirror for, to keep control. I would be very surprised to see if we see a penthouse 30 defense.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers locate and defuse a bomb.
So let's see how it goes down. As we see Oral shook out a couple of cameras out there onto the south side. Outside the offices, outside Aquarium. And this was the biggest weakness in the overtime defense last time I saw them play in this map against Empire. Whether it's going to be the weakness now remains to be seen, but it doesn't look like Deathrow are even concentrating too much on pushing that area. Indeed, they're going to be taking positions onto the skylight and see what they can do there instead. Well, this angle from Jack here, a nice angle all the way onto Vase and see what you can do there exactly. As Daryl going to be roaming around down in Sunrise to see what he can do there. Probably just down here just to deny the vertical angle, but also just to keep pressure on anyone repelling here or taking onto the balcony itself. Drones aren't going to come out, but it's going to be Kukos. He's going to be the first one inside the building to manage to get all the way into Penthouse, but he doesn't really have any refrag potential here at all. The White Shark could be droning right ahead of him to see what he can do there. There's drones coming out from White Shark around onto Lamborghini doorway as well. So it's like he's getting ready to drop down into bathroom as well to support his teammate of Kukos. He's also going to throw out a drone. Jack right there with him, putting Claymore down. I like this very tight play coming out from Deathrow. The drone's going to be coming out from them. It's going to be Arf, who's on the flank here on White Stairs. They see him though. He's not going to away with something like that. But he's going to throw a Nitro up onto luggage, but not going to get the kill. Unfortunately, going to miss, and he's going to have to rotate all the way out. So early engagements coming out, but actually 0 damage coming out from them.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Drones are going to come out, as spoken. Is going to be holding now this nice little angle he's managed to open up for himself, completely denying the rotate, and you can see this already from overtime developing. They're very spread apart on this defense, even though all 5 of them are up. It could be good for flank potential, but my main issue with this is that they're not going to be able to react well when a heavy push does come through and that utility starts to go down. We'll see how he goes down, but Jack could get a great crossbow kill here if he does realize that Connor is in this corner. Jack is going to be holding it down, surely realizing that Connor should be in that corner right now, but it means Connor has managed to rotate just a little bit, gets on his camera. It's going to be Oral who finds the first kill of the round there, goes Spoken with a nice headshot. Thermite going down would normally be pretty big utility pick, but not too big because he's already used most of his utility. Alf going up, he takes down Kukos because Sophia, that's definitely a big utility pick coming out. Overtime looking very nice here so far. Arth pushing around onto the main lobby. Oh, he's going to push up the White Stairs. Oh, he takes him down, but no, he's going to get traded out by Chaos. Beautiful little play coming out from the book there. Turns into a 3v4. But not a lot of time left on the table. Chaos takes down another one. Oral goes down. Jack moves all the way into the site. He's got the firebolts ready. He's got the smokes ready. He's putting all his utility to the site, but Daryl denies it. White Shark going to go down. They hop over into the site. They don't have the diffuser. They're going to find the kills, but they can't. They run out of time. And overtime take round number 1. So let's go through into round number 2 and see exactly how it is going to go down as overtime. You managed to take the first round, but we're going to see a kitchen service entrance defense, and this is kind of what I was expecting a little bit more, just because this tends to be, as I said, you know, it tends to be one of those where you can hold it without a mirror. You're not really giving it that much control. It tends to be a bit more vertical played, and I think that Deathrow are going to be much more into the advantage if they do bring this book to bear onto this VIP area. But also the advantage of not having a mirror here is that if you lose this vertical control, you're not actually losing the mirrors, and sometimes it does tend to be quite hard to actually pick people through the vertical control. Like, you're spending ages trying to find an angle up here, but you're not actually going to be finding anything going down just yet. But moving into round number 2, we are going to see exactly how it is going to go down as Deathrow begin their second attack. And I'm expecting big things out of White Shark this round. I don't know why, but I got this feeling that the Ash works so well on this site for an attack. So Connor going to be playing onto his famous shields. Of course, this man is like the Montaigne Clash player. He is the shield main. You can't stop this man on Montaigne. He's scary. You've seen him a lot playing in the past. He's very famous for it. But I was just about to say, kind of interesting that we're not seeing Clash actually rotating up here and trying to hold down to this area. But we're not actually seeing too much utility actually dedicated to hold this vertical angle at all. No one really playing around onto VIP either. Art is going to be playing onto Cool Vibes, however, trying to hold down that angle. But again, from overtime, a very spread out defense. Not a lot of refrag potential, but it's going to be Connor who just actually managed to rotate up onto Cool Vibes. So maybe not as spread out as you initially thought. But Connor is going to push up onto Hooker, but oh, it's going to be Chaos who goes down. How does he lose the fight? Art takes him down with a beautiful headshot. And wow, how do you lose that? Flashbangs are going to go up from White Shark, however, as the Nitros do go back out in return. But we're not going to see anything go down just yet from the attack in terms of kills. If more Flashbangs actually start to go down, try and abuse this Clash and try and push out a position. Or the Capital Ball, that's going to do a lot of damage to Connor, but doesn't go down for it just yet. We're going to retreat all the way back to the site. But it's going to be Daryl who just managed to take down White Shark. So unfortunately, not big things coming out of this round. We'll give it another round, chat. I'm sure he'll be there. He's just waking up a little bit. Now Spoken does manage to rotate all the way back through. But already 2 kills on the board here for overtime. Not looking too good for Deathrow, especially having a book already off the table. That is a huge pick. Spoken to be pushing up onto the pool entrance to see what he can do here. But not finding that kill onto the Maestro and is already very, very lit up. And you see already Deathrow, they're split up. There's no refrag potential here for them at all. I think Zophia's really trying to, like, frag chase here right now. But Jack losing the gunfight to that superior rate of fire from the Alder is going to go down from Oral and going to turn it into a 2v5. Not looking too good here for Deathrow. Haven't managed to refrag any of these kills so far. Flashbangs are going to go from Stoken. He's trying to bait out this Maestro, try and peek him again all the way from offices. But 50 seconds left to go. It's not looking ideal. They have managed to recover it a little bit in terms of they are playing a little bit closer together this time. But it may be too little too late. This Clash is only 50 health, however, and it might be fairly easy for them to do that, but not like that. Arth on the flank takes him down, but Kukos does manage to take down Arth in return. So it's turned into a 4v1. It is clutchable. It is only 30 seconds left to go. He is going to drop down and silent drop into the courtyard. Clash is going to immediately know he's there. He sees a free charge is going to come out, but not able to find the kill just yet. Goes for the pre-fire into Oral, but no, unable to find the kill over time. Take round number 2. Beautifully played from them, and even though their defense is so spread out, they win so many gunfights, and Clash was just invisible there for a second. That's not very good. So let's get into round number 3 here. We see overtime holding down to the Penthouse Theatre defense. I would say this is potentially the hardest defense to hold without a mirror. Mostly because there's not a lot of ways for you to deny this plant, especially without an echo here as well. That is a very strange stick pick coming out from Oral. However, you might be noticing from Deathrow that they don't actually run a lot of roam clear, and they do not have a good time with it. And after the couple of first rounds, sorry, the first couple of deaths go down for them, it just all starts to fall apart, and they start to play so far apart. So maybe Caviar is actually the play here. Maybe it is. I mean, we don't see her a lot in comp. I think that we don't see her a lot in comp just because she relies on the enemy team to make a mistake. And any strategy that relies on that tends to be a bad strategy. But this can also be pretty devastating because you can also waste a lot of time with Caviar, right? That attackers will not let a Cav get away with a free roam, right? They will constantly try and drone her out. Coastline's a fairly big map, and she could get away with a nice little roam game here. So looking forward to this, and Deathrow, who of course has been crazy on this Jaeger. And he's going to pick his position into Sunrise like he has been before, but look at this. White Shark, okay? This time, guys, this round, guys, he's going to do something incredible. I can feel it in my bones. But he is going to push outside onto the kitchen side. Outside and not. And they've got to realize by now that there is a Caviar on the board. It's not looking good for Deathrow, though. I don't know. I still can't decide whether this Cav pick is good or not. However, I do think it's going to be able to waste a little bit of time. And that might be something that does start to take the pressure onto Deathrow, because they do not deal well when they're running out of time, and they have already lost basically by time already. So 2 minutes left to go on the clock, and we're still not seeing Oral getting droned out. He's getting solo pushed. This is not what you want at all. No! Oh my god, is he getting interrogation? There's an interrogation in Challenger League. How does this happen? Are you serious right now? Oral gets the interrogation of Chaos, and it all just turns pear-shaped. What is going on right now? Oh my god, what just happened? I mean, if anything, that actually worked quite well for the attackers, but wow, a boat going down that early? That is not a mistake you want to make, especially to an interrogation. Jeez, that has completely stalled out the attack here, and even though the Legion actually went down for it, that is not good for Deathrow at all. They're going to start pushing in. Spoken does manage to get into Hall of Fame here. And you just see what is the situation exactly. But no Maestro on the board, surprisingly. We don't actually have a decent amount of intel onto the site. But we do still see Oral holding it from below. And you see he's got this angle onto Hall of Fame. He's going to be able to see if anyone gets through. But Deathrow does manage to take down White Shark. So it's going to be the Jaeger versus the Ash. And the Jaeger will win out. 50 seconds left to go on the clock. It's going to be a 3v4. Not looking too good for Deathrow here at all. He's going to try and rotate around and trying to find some sort of entry. We see again Deathrow right at the end of these rounds. They're so far apart from each other. They really need to stick together if they want to push into this exactly. 30 seconds left to go on the clock. It's be Jack who's going to push into the Hall of Fame. Capital bolts are going to go down. That's going to do a decent amount of damage, but potentially not enough here to really count. Spoken does actually manage to get open theater. That's going to affect the defense quite a lot here. And he does manage to take control over a decent amount of the site. Also pings lots of information coming out from Spoken here. Does manage to get in. Doesn't go for the wallbang surprisingly, but does manage to take down Arth as he comes through. Trying to support the clash. Connor does be playing on the clash here. Is getting backed into a corner by the Zofia. But it looks like Zophia's actually going to go down to... Oh my god! The plant gets denied. And wow, what a round from overtime. Oral securing that final kill onto Spoken there. All goes pear-shaped right at the end. They lose by time. And overtime are up 3-0 right now. Interrogation in Pro... not Pro League. Jeez, can you imagine that? Interrogation in Challenger League. That is not good. Let's see how it goes down as we move into round number 4. And not looking good for Deathrow here at all. Clearly, this coastline attack is just not their cup of tea. As we do move through into round number 4 and see exactly how it is going to go down. Overtime with a dominant performance so far. And just having a look at the scoreboard, Oral has been dominating these defenses consistently. And also Deathrow doing a really well job on this roam. But yeah, wow. Interrogation. Crazy. Billy's Room is going to be our next defense here into round number 4. Let's see how it does go down. And overtime. Really holding on to this very well. they're playing much closer together than Deathrow is, and Overtime do tend to have a fairly spaced out defense, so that should tell you a lot about how Deathrow is playing right now. I do like Connor's use of Clash, however. He is doing very, very well on that, of course. And he is known as a very, very good shield player, so not surprising there to see him do well in Clash at all.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds to go.
So let's get through into round number 4 and see exactly how this is going to go down and where Overtime are going to be roaming their game right now. Dereal going to be taking his general spot here into the Sunrise yet again. He tends to be hanging around on this area very well. We're seeing pretty much the same lineup every single time from Deathrow, but oh no, Dereal! You're kidding me! He goes to the spawn peak and actually manages to pick the Zofia so early on. Someone isn't paying attention. He goes down so early on, and that is not good for Deathrow. They're getting torn apart right now. Oh my god, that is horrible to deal with. Not looking good at all. Spoken does manage to take down Connor with a headshot, however. Has managed to even the score, but just a little bit here. And that's a Maestro going down so early on, but Dereal, he is not done yet. And this Sunrise kill spree on his on. Chaos goes down, and that's going to be a beautiful pick onto the book. Looking pretty good for Overtime here, and especially Dereal, he just manages to stay in these roam positions for so long. There is a Ying finally on the table here from Spoken, and he is in Aquarium already, so this is pretty good for him so far. He puts those Candelas into the site, but they are going to get caught by the ADS. He's going to go down, burns the barbed wire. It's like Candelas have been all burnt out. He's watching Luggage, expecting some sort of rotate from R. As you see, Spoken does push into the site, but from below, Oral with a beautiful shot there does take down him, but White Shark takes down Arth right in response, because it'll be all down to White Shark and Jack to try and bring this back. Nitros do go out, but does not connect. White Shark pushes all the way up to try and recover this diffuser, but that Maestro Cam is constantly pinging him through all of this. He cannot catch a break here. The intel is completely in his favor, goes for those pre-fires, but cannot find the pre-fire through the wall. Or with another kill, takes down Jack. He's going to leave it all into the hands of White Shark in a 1v3. Sprints all the way to the side, but he doesn't see Anarchy lying on the floor there. He's taking a nap, but he puts White Shark in the dirt. Overtime take round number 4. Wow, this is solid performance coming out from Overtime right now, but Deathrow with so many mistakes. And yeah, I see you guys with the emote spam. Keep it coming. If you support your team, you've got to show them you support them. I want to see if your team's losing, if your team's winning, you got to show that support in the chat. I want to see all those emotes. If you got them, I want to see them. So let's go. Round number 5 is going to be the final defense coming up from Overtime with so far an insanely dominant performance. So far, flawless. Deathrow not looking too good. But don't forget, there is a halftime here. It does get swapped around, and it can act as a little bit of a reset of the momentum. So even if Deathrow do go into the second half with a 5-0 loss, they can still bring it back into a tie.
And defuse bombs. Bomb located by attackers.
Most people pointing out in the chat that there was an interrogation in the G2 versus EG match, and that's very true. But that wasn't in Pro League. That was in the Paris Major. Isn't really in the Pro League. But, you know, we'll just move past that as we get round number 5 underway. And we are going to see a kitchen service entrance defense coming out from Overtime. Just what is going wrong here for Deathrow? They're getting torn apart right now. And I think a lot of it has to do with the incredible roam game that's come out from Overtime. Coastline, I wouldn't say necessarily all about the roam game, but it does help to have a very strong and fluid roam game, which is definitely what Overtime are doing here. We are finally seeing the glass coming out from Chaoxes, and he does manage to push into Sunrise just a little bit here. We'll see Oral just holding it down and taking all these drones with him as well. Nice little play coming out from him, denying so much intel as well. Spoken does manage to push up and hold it all down where he is. Pulse is going to be pulsing him out. However, it's going to be Anarchy on the Pulse. Just saying, there is someone outside kitchen if anyone wants to try and run out surface entrance, potentially to get a kill here. That could actually be pretty devastating, honestly, because I don't think anyone's actually going to expect that. But Smoken's going to rotate onto the surface entrance instead. See what he can do here. Round number 5, nicely underway so far. No kills going down just yet, either side. But Connor is going to be pushing down onto Cool Vibes. You see, fairly spread out from overtime, but you can see where the refrag potential is coming out from them. But they have a pretty good map control so far. Deathrow potentially should be just pushing on all onto just one side and just spamming utility there where they can. So looking pretty good for them so far. Let's see how it does go down. As we do see round number 5 looking pretty good so far for both teams, really. It is looking fairly good either way you look at it. So lots of drones coming out here from Jack as he does manage to see what's going on onto the site. But no kills either way. However, Arthur is a little bit lit up from these earlier engagements, but overtime playing a little bit more closer together than they had been before. Playing behind onto the desk here, but oh, it's gonna be Deathrow with a great shot into White Shark, who goes instantly there to trade it back. However, takes down Arth. Anarchy goes down to Chaos. A beautiful shot coming out again from Kugos, takes down Deathrow, and this is looking so much better for Deathrow here. This could be their first actual win here. Looking pretty good so far. Connor going to be onto the surface entrance, just going to be holding all of this down as the plant is actually going to go down. Loads of smokes here as well as Connor goes down. Finally, going to be a 4v1 situation. Not looking good at all. Zofia charge is going to go out, but Oral takes down Smoken through the smoke. But not going to be good enough to deny this plant. It is going to go down. Indeed, it's going to have to be in a 3v1 situation to try and take down all these members and destroy the diffuser. He's going to be able to do it. Let's see who goes down. He could be pre-firing to against Zofia. Zofia is just not going to contest it at all, but does go for the home peak. Takes down Oral. Deathrow finally on the board with their first win. Round number 6 getting nicely underway now as we see the first defenses coming out from Deathrow. And as I said, this is a little bit of a momentum reset that comes through. And it does change up the playstyle, definitely. But we are going to see that Montaigne on Connor coming through. You know what's going to happen, chat. This is what he's all about today. I mean, he's a really good Montaigne player. We've already seen that once today. But let's see if we can see it twice today. We are going to see Kitchen Service Entrance defense to start with. And look at Kukos. He wants a little bit of revenge. He's going to go Caviera. Let's see if he gets an interrogation as the same as his opponents had done just a couple of rounds earlier. So reinforcements going to go now on the south side. I would expect, yeah, that this part of the kitchen wall does get opened up, and I'm going to expect that Deathrow should be playing this fairly top heavy as well, just because they have got that that smoke. And yeah, you saw they have put up these rotates indeed. I think Smoke is going to be playing on the site, where you can see White Shark, who is roaming upstairs. He put in a decent amount of utility to deny the intel up here. But I would like to see someone playing with him. Something that Deathrow did a lot on their attacks is they were not playing together at all. But their only successful attack saw them playing very, very close together indeed. So he goes down as White Shark going to be playing into the VIP lounge here, as it looks like Montaigne is going to be pushing up and seeing what he can do here, but not going to be able to get a kill just yet. Mutant is going to be playing outside into the VIP lounge. Kuko is going to be onto the penthouse area and seeing what he can do, but not going to see anything going down just yet. As those barricades are going to get destroyed. Hugo's going to be opening up a little bit of a rotate there for himself, but he's going to be Spoken, who gets the first kill of the round. The reel already off the board. That's the Ash down. That's a great early pick, but not a huge utility pick. Hugo's going to be getting smoked out here a little bit as Montaigne will start to push up. Oh, Hugo pushes all the way in with the shotgun. He takes down one, but Arthur and Connor make their entry kills known. And they do manage to get in here. 3v3 situation now, but the upstairs control has been achieved. But no! Connor gets baited. He pushes all the way in. Chaos with a double kill with the SMG-11. And it's all into the hands of Oral now as he pushes onto the Hall of Fame. Sees what he can do. Jones going to be coming out and seeing what he can do here exactly. Penthouse could be droned out nicely, but Diffuser is not within his hands, unfortunately. He does have the vertical blade, however, here. That he could open up a little bit and just have all of his lifelines up still. He could be droning out the Diffuser to see if it's safe to recover. Caviero off the board as well is going to make him a little bit safer on this little bit of a push here around the upstairs area. He should be fairly confident knowing that most of the members of Deathrow are probably just going to hold the objective now as we move into the final minute. As yeah, Oral is going to rotate through onto Theatre. Probably going to look to recover the Diffuser or just frag out and go for kills here. We take out the Legion Mines as well as he pushes all the way in, goes for those pre-fires, making sure there's no one holding these angles and holding down onto the Diffuser. We'll start to push through and destroys the camera and aquarium as well. This looks like pretty ready, but he has absolutely zero intel going in here. This is not good. He's... No, okay, so he's going to recover the Diffuser, that's fine. As he just pushes in all the way through onto the hallway. 27 seconds left to go on the clock. However, he's going to be able to try and open up a little bit of the vertical play here. Maestro going to get quickly out of there as he recognizes that the above is going to get opened up. But not going to get pitched from it just yet. Oral going to rotate all the way down, but the Maestro through the wall going to lay him up. It's insanely heavy, but the smoke is going to finish him off. Chaos Smoke with a triple kill there. Beautiful plays from Deathrow on this defense. Round number 6 is theirs. So let's move through into round number 7 and see exactly what's going to go down, as we do see a Penthouse Theatre defense coming out here from Deathrow. This may be just a defender-sided map. Overtime, we're getting baited very, very hard there, and I think that the double kill from Smoke really solidified that position from them. So let's see how it goes down, as we do see a Penthouse Theatre defense coming out from Deathrow. And as I said, I feel like this is the least defensible site if you don't have an Echo and a Mirror, which obviously are banned. You can see the top there. Who banned what?
Attackers need to locate and defuse
And let's see how it
as
goes
many
down.
bombs as they can.
However, you know, we did actually see a defense from Overtime of this very successfully. So maybe it's just defender-sided with the way that these teams are playing. It would certainly make sense with the line Blitz off the board. As I said during the last Overtime game as well, we also had a line of Blitz off the table, and it turned into a very defender-sided map on Oregon. So maybe. But we are going to get through into round number 7 to see exactly how it is going to go down.
10 seconds left.
And I'm interested. I think that Overtime can bring this, still just bring this in. But there's still potential here. This is still going to be a very interesting game nonetheless. But I'd still be pretty mad over that interrogation if I'm being honest. I'd want revenge over that. But we are going to get into the action phase now and see exactly how Overtime want to take this on the attack. And what kind of control they want to achieve here exactly. I would imagine that the main area they want to open up is the back of Theatre. You see there's no hard breach denial here other than just a mute jammer, which can easily be destroyed from below by a Zofia. So no bandit tricking going on at all. And it's fairly easy to control this top of the white stairs as well, considering there's no one playing 90 right now either. You see lots of repelling outside of VIP, but it's going to be Arth who scores the first kill of the round. Beautiful shot from him coming out. Is going to take the head clean off of Maestro. I'm going to turn it into a 4v5. White shot going to be repelling, roaming down below. As Spoken's on the site. Legion Mines are going to go down, however, to stop the push coming out from the Montaigne. And I wonder if they've got a little bit of vertical play going. Of course they do. Kukos and White Shark are both going to be playing below, and you can see that he can look through those vertical holes as well, as Connor is going to try and make his way in here. Smokes are going to go out fairly prematurely, however, coming out from Chaos. Not looking be good from him. I mean, that's a huge amount of utility. Just one of those remote gas grenades going down so early. ZZ Maestro Cam as well. They're looking pretty good for Deathrow here to keep on control. But they are one man down. Yet again, more gas grenades going out so early on. Just trying to keep this Montaigne at bay and waste as much time as possible. But that is something you should be really saving until the very last moments of the round. Connor not sure what to do here as he just pushes onto Hall of Fame yet again. Sees the Legion Mine, takes it out. Easy as that. And looks like smoke nades are actually going to start going down. He's going to get caught by the ADS, however. Dureal going to be repelling up to try and take the mute jammers down. And he should signal to Anarchy now that he can rush in. Oh, wait, he will just rush all the way in. This could be beautiful from Anarchy, however, as Zofia charges are going to go out from Oral. However, that's actually going to deny the plant, surprisingly. But no! That's a disaster! Chaos can move all the way up. He takes down Anarchy. Oral easily going to trade it right back. Spoken and Chaos both go down. And leave it White Shark in a 1v4 clutch situation to try and bring this in. He pushes down onto Luggage. But if he doesn't win this clutch, Deathrow cannot win the game. He pushes down onto Luggage. He might not know that Dureal is actually waiting right around the corner for him. He's going to be waiting for the cheese to just go for the quick peek. But Dureal, he saves it out. Takes down White Shark with a headshot. Beautiful plays coming out from overtime for that attack. But Deathrow now cannot win this game. They can only hope to tie it out. But let's see how it goes going out as we move into round number 8. And overtime, have put themselves on match point. Looking pretty good so far for overtime here as well. But Deathrow, they're looking pretty good so far on defense, if you look at it. Oral going an incredible 9 for 3, as well as Dureal with the 8 for 3. Clearly the two fragging rolls here being pretty percentages heavy on that KD. But Chaos doing a lot of work here on the smoke as well. In fact, the only one going positive on Deathrow at the moment as well.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
We are going to see another Penthouse Theater defense, however, from Deathrow, and there were big mistakes coming out very early from them, especially, I think, from the smoke here. Throwing out the smoke so early on, just no plant denial at all. I'm amazed that Smoke actually managed to get up here and deny the plant manually, but he didn't last for very long up there, as a double kill came out from Oral to completely deny that angle. But, yeah, should go very well. Let's see how it goes down as we move into match point to overtime now and see a fairly similar strategy coming out from overtime here, but in fact this time they brought Anarchy on the IQ, something they didn't do last time, and I don't know if that's the right play or not, because I feel like the thermite was fairly essential to getting this all opened up and done with. I'm not sure, although they didn't really use thermite's charges very effectively, so maybe not. We're going to see Dureal yet again on this main entrance area on the Maverick. And he's done very, very well on this Maverick so far. I'd be very impressed. And he's had a great fragging roll. I think him and White Shark are probably the two main fraggers on each of the teams. And every single duel that Dureal's actually had with White Shark, he's won. Well, almost every duel anyway. Which is always interesting to see. Dureal's going to manage to open up onto the bathroom hatch. Very effectively using his Maverick charges there. This looks like a fairly similar take coming out from overtime. Connor immediately getting in here into the VIP hallway and see what he can do. So the drone's going to come out from Oral as well to make sure it's all clear so you can't get flanked out. And he's making sure that you can't see any stuff going on, maybe Valkyrie cams or anything like that. That's going to be able to easily destroy that bad lion as well. Pushing up to Hall of Fame. Like Legion Mines are going to go out. This is a huge waste of utility coming out from the Legion as well, from Spoken. He's throwing these Legion mines, and every single time they're getting completely denied. He did it all last round as well. Kind of pushing up all the way into penthouse. You can see the Valkyrie. He knows what's going on down there. But it's going to be Jack who actually managed to get the first kill of the round. Surprisingly, the Real already going down so early on. And Art's going to try and rotate around to see what he can do instead. But 1 minute left to go on the clock. Not looking good for overtime to actually manage to close this out. They're one man down, and they haven't been able to find their entry just yet. Jack will be running out to try and find a kill onto VIP hallway, but onto VIP balcony, sorry, but isn't going to be able to find a kill just yet. It's a 4v5, but they still got plenty of utility on the table here. I think it's going to be mostly into the hands of Connor to actually push all the way in and potentially go for a plant here, or whatever he may choose to do so. I mean, the diffuser is still outside of Red Hole here, so maybe not going to be doing something so soon. But yeah, there we go. He does manage to pick up the diffuser, and I'm expecting him to plant in the corner here. And there we go. Smokes are going to go down, but Jack does score the kill onto Anakin. That's going to be the IQ down and out of it, but Connor going to hop on over to try and get the plant onto the top of the bed to deny the nitro throw. He's going to start going for the plant here as Art trying to cover the flank here. Is Oral going to get nitro from White Shark? What? How does that happen? Beautiful nitro coming out. Connor with a headshot to Spoken. Oh, could go for another one. That was very, very close from Chaos. Chaos actually goes down to Art and turns it into a 3v2. Not looking too good here as White Shark goes down as well. And Jack is going to be flanking through onto VIP. He's going to get very, very lit up, however, as Art could be repelling, sorry, just running outside onto the DJ booth instead. And he does not want to contest Jack right now. He's pushing all the way up. Kukos just pushed all the way onto the corner, however, he's insanely lit up and he's just wasting so much time here. Jack pushes all the way, but he goes down to Art, all into the hands of Kukos to try and bring this in. He doesn't find it, but Art takes him down. And oh my god, overtime. Take round number 8, a very emotional round from them for sure. And they take the series 6-2. Beautifully played from overtime there. And a very well-deserved victory from them indeed. Very well played indeed. But that will be all from me for tonight. If you did enjoy my casting, do check me out on Twitter. I do normally post on Twitter whenever I am going to go live. I do the North American Challenger League as well as the EU Challenger League every Monday and every Thursday, respectively. So go and check me out on those. Go check me out on social media and things like that. And, of course, give me a follow here on Twitch if you did like what you saw. That'll be all from me for tonight, however. Goodbye and good night, and we'll see you on Thursday for the North American Challenger League.